Game development and leaks surrounding them are always subjects that are so volatile. Things could change in an instant or be misinterpreted, and over the last few days, we've seen some massive amounts of leaks, all of which we'll be playing catch up on here over the coming days, but one in particular I want to talk about today deals with an area of discussion that we may have been entirely wrong on, the subject of which being a massive roller coaster ride of one side said this, one side said the other. So today we're going to be examining how we may have been wrong once again, perhaps. So as we go along, drop your thoughts below. What do you hope to see out of the coming offering for Modern Warfare 2 in regards to the rumored third or possibly even fourth mode, DMZ? Do you want it to be a separate standalone game, or do you want it to be something that's just there as an additional side mode? Whatever the case, drop your thoughts below, but if you enjoy the video, you'll find it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on the video, and if you're new to the channel, do be sure to hit the subscribe button and stay updated with all things Modern Warfare 2 as new information, leaks, and updates happen. We're chasing down 500,000 subscribers here on the channel, and I'd love to have you in the community if you'd like to stay updated with all of it. And finally, check out my friends over at GamerAdvantage for the best blue light glasses on the market, but again, more on them in just a bit. For now, let's talk about how things may be a bit different than they appeared to be a couple of weeks ago. So let's start at the very beginning. What is DMZ? For those that may not have heard much discussion about this or anything, a quick little rundown. It was a rumored third, now perhaps fourth game mode for Modern Warfare 2. For a long while, it was rumored this mode would be replacing the traditional Spec Ops experience, but it was confirmed at the reveal that Spec Ops would be returning in the base of Modern Warfare 2's packaging. So that begged the question, what about DMZ? At that point, DMZ was then rumored to be standalone, something worked on in tandem with Treyarch assisting Infinity Ward on the development as a free-to-play title in 2023 at some point, seemingly cross-referencing and checking out information that was given by prolific insider Jason Schreier, who alluded earlier in the year to something of that nature back when the news first broke about Modern Warfare 2 being the first two-year game of the franchise in modern history. And all that seemed to check out when you dug a little bit deeper into what it looked to be. By all reports, it looked like Call of Duty's take on Escape from Tarkov, a looter shooter with the goal to extract with all your goods at the end of each raid. But even from the beginning, it kind of seemed like a crazy undertaking as a side mode. A game within a game it essentially looked to be, utilizing its own sort of world, gameplay features, progression, and even having an in-game shop for specific things like weaponry, attachments, equipment, and such that would help you on each new deployment. That shop utilizing an in-game currency disassociated from real-world currency, unlike COD points, though I guess you could maybe compare it to the original COD points from Black Ops 1, where it was just stuff you earned via playtime. But the way that it was described was basically the Escape from Tarkov experience, but in the Call of Duty umbrella, and seemingly under that Modern Warfare 2 umbrella. So I was always confused how this would work if it wasn't its own standalone free-to-play offering. But that's when things took a hard turn, because 2 days ago, Tom Henderson, another prominent insider in the scene here who we've talked about a lot on the channel, but who's gotten a lot of COD stuff correct in the past, though since starting with COD leaks, has then gone to more high-level things covering a multitude of games. But he ended up putting out a report stating Modern Warfare 2's DMZ is not Call of Duty 2023's free-to-play title. That report going on to then say, described officially, Modern Warfare 2 is set to kickstart Call of Duty 2.0 and will bring a new era to Call of Duty. Although this continues to be the messaging that Activision and its studios want to convey, recent rumors surrounding the title have caused frustration among those associated with its development. Concerns of rumors setting false expectations are rampant, with several sources expressing frustration following the claims that Modern Warfare 2's DMZ mode is a title that will release in 2023 and be free to play. Sources with knowledge of the DMZ have refuted such claims, saying that the DMZ will launch later this year with Modern Warfare 2, with one source saying that it's just another mode. Recent rumblings of the DMZ appear to have been exaggerated, with the current plan being to build the DMZ and its features over time, rather than it being something as hardcore as Escape from Tarkov. Of course, the DMZ will have some similarities to Escape from Tarkov, with both modes being extraction-based, but it's understood the decision to evolve the mode over the course of time is a conscious one, rather than the mode being incomplete. Although the future of DMZ could be free to play, that's currently not the plan. Instead, the DMZ will be tied to Modern Warfare 2 as another mode. So that is a massive curveball, huh? I mean, it kind of seemed like it was going to be the sort of process and plan going forward from original leaks, but it kind of seems like this is going to be smaller scale, especially at launch, and then building up over time. But I mean, that really all begs the question off of the conflicting reports we've seen so far is, who's correct? Ralph? Tom? Hope? Anybody? I think to a degree, honestly, all of the information could actually be right to some degree. There's always things changing behind the scenes. I mean, Modern Warfare 2019 has a sort of universal comparison. Microtransactions were apparently changed incredibly close to launch of Modern Warfare 2019. Warzone was never meant to be a standalone project and things of that nature. So there's all kinds of things that in the past, things change. So is it possible that this could have been the plan at one point? Maybe, but it doesn't seem like that seems to be the case at the moment. But one thing that I think may be the most likely outcome is that someone's sources either lied or just tried to fill in gaps of information that they weren't sure on, but tried to fill information out to feed a story to Ralph, to Hope, to Tom, whoever it may be, just to give information out there. So that source potentially just being a little bit sketchy and not having the full scope of the project on offer when relaying that information. So what does this mean then for the future of DMZ, for this third or potentially even fourth mode for Modern Warfare 2? It seems like it will be launching with Modern Warfare 2, but instead, again, in a more limited capacity. Per Tom's report, it seems like they don't want it to be that way forever. They want to build it out. They want the mode to evolve over time, but it's a conscious effort for continued rollout as a sort of live service game mode and offering perhaps at that point, but not that it's incomplete at launch. So, I mean, who knows? At the end of the day, the only detail that we really have that could be incorrect would that it would be its own standalone separate title. And that's something that comes back to even some of the licensing agreements that Tom mentioned with Sony and Activision. Right now, it seems like there are 3 different projects that are still contracted out to Sony as exclusives or having exclusive components to them, that being Modern Warfare 2, COD 2024, and one other project there as well. So anything between that time would then have to be associated with Modern Warfare 2 to avoid breaking any of those contractual obligations. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe at the end of the day, later on down the line, it does go free to play, but it's still a sub-mode of Modern Warfare 2. I mean, it's not out of the realms of possibilities that a side mode for a Modern Warfare game could go free to play. I mean, we did kind of see that just happen with that small game mode that really didn't amount to anything called Warzone. I mean, that totally didn't propel Modern Warfare 2019 to the best-selling Call of Duty spot of all time. It totally didn't produce the highest player counts in the franchise's history. You know, we're kind of in uncharted territories here. Activision definitely still are unaware of the potential of free-to-play in that market there. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. It might be a gamble, but there's definitely not that precedent already out there in the Call of Duty franchise. And in case you didn't pick up, yes, that was entirely sarcasm. But I think the biggest thing here out of this, in a good messaging across the board for everything pre-release of any game, not just even Call of Duty, is that we have to manage our expectations. It seems like those close to the project seem to be getting frustrated that we're building up this relic of what this mode could be, and at the end of the day, it might not be everything that we hope for, and therefore, being that things get misinterpreted along the way, things get exaggerated, whatever the case, it just might put unnecessary scrutiny onto said project that these developers are working on. So absolutely, I will be the first to admit this, I'm absolutely guilty of this. Whether it be because you enjoyed Modern Warfare 2019 so much, or the last 2 years of Call of Duty may not have been your cup of tea, or that an Escape from Tarkov experience in Call of Duty as a standalone thing would sound awesome, whatever the case, we absolutely should manage our expectations. It's always a good idea to level yourself out, take a step back and be like, okay, you know, we don't have anything officially, maybe we shouldn't be this invested in it just yet. So honestly, from here on out, that's where I'm going to kind of be mentally. I'm very excited to see what this mode amounts to, what information comes out, and of course we'll still talk about it, but at the end of the day, myself and what I also want you to realize is that until anything is confirmed, it's all just rumors, all speculation. We should take it as such and go in with a level head into the upcoming experience. So that said, that's where we're going to wrap it up. Quite the curveball, and honestly, when you look at the roller coaster that is DMZ, from our first reporting back in November and December of this past year to where we are now, things have changed drastically from what has been reported month over month. So I'm excited to see how it all breaks down, but for right now, that's what we're gonna call it. So before we wrap everything up, a reminder to check out my friends over at GamerAdvantage. I've been talking about them for a year and a half now at this point, and I still swear by them. If you're working on a PC, you're looking at a screen for any kinds of prolonged periods of time a day, you already may be familiar with the effects of blue light. I've had trouble combating it over the years, a ton. I mean, as I mentioned in our last discussion about GamerAdvantage, the life of a YouTube creator isn't as glamorous as like the big vloggers make it out to be. We're not out partying every night or anything like that. I'm probably at my desk researching, noting, or scripting videos, recording, editing, and uploading for like 10-ish hours a day or more. So over the years, it's absolutely worn on me. GamerAdvantage is head and shoulders the best on the market. It's absolutely my advantage here if you ask me. Any generic pair you'll find on Amazon, yes, they're way cheaper, but they're not going to give you the same results here as GamerAdvantage. Comfortable, durable, and lightweight frames, making them a great choice for all-day use, and of course, their lenses are clinically proven to be effective. So if you want to learn more of the intricacies, don't take it just from me. Check out their website linked in the description below. They do a great job of explaining everything. But if you decide to pick something up, use code Espresso for 10% off your entire order. That said, let me know your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of this here? Do you think it makes sense sense that Modern Warfare 2 will have DMZ as well as Spec Ops? Did you hope this was going to be free to play? Whatever the case, drop your thoughts down below. If you enjoyed the video though, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Modern Warfare 2. We have a lot of content to talk about here from recent leaks, so make sure you stick it here on the channel if you want to stay up to date with all of that. But for now, that's what we're gonna call it. So thanks so much for watching. Modest Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.